the fourth Java experiment. Write a Java program to demonstrate use of subclass. This is an example for inheritance. Inheritance means you have one base class. That means the class is already created. That class is called as base class. Using that base class, I can create one more class that is called as new class or derived class, and the new class takes all the properties of the base class. That means if I create a new class from the old class, it will take all the public properties of the base class. That is, I have to explain with some example here. For that one, I have created few classes here. The first class is I have created here called as room, and that using that room class, I will create one more class called as bedroom. Okay, I have created one object of that bedroom and display how to use the inheritance. Now, first I will explain about the room class. It's a very simple class which will take two instance variables, length and breadth. I have to calculate the area of the room, so I need length and breadth as the data. Now I have used one constructor here called as room. I have already mentioned the constructor has the same name as class name. So here room, which will accept two parameters, that is x and y. X represent here length, y represent here breadth. These two parameters are I initialize to length and breadth value. That means x is stored here and y is stored in the breadth section. This is called as constructor. Whenever you create an object of room, you will call this constructor. Okay, one more method mentioned here. I have already mentioned one method called as area. What is this method will do? It will take the two values, length and breadth, and return the area. That is nothing but length into breadth. Multiply the two values, return. That is nothing but the area. Okay, now I have created one more class called as bedroom. I already know that I have already created a class called as room. Using that class, I have created one more class called as bedroom. So I use a keyword called as extends. What is the meaning of extends here? In front of that, I have to write one class name that is called as a base class, which is already created. Now, the meaning of this line is, I have created a new class called as bedroom from the existing base class room. So, whatever the members or whatever the data or methods available in the room is also available in the bedroom. That means breadth is available here, length is available here, as well as the area is available here. The method area from room is also available in the bedroom. Now, apart from this data and methods, I can add my own data and methods in the bedroom class. First, I have created height. Now, I want to calculate the volume of the room. This room will calculate only the area section, two-dimensional section. Now, I want to identify the area of the volume, three-dimensional. In that case, I have created a class called as bedroom. For that one, first I have used height as the data member. I already have the length and breadth. I need the height. Okay, first I have created a constructor for the bedroom class, that is derived class. bedroom is a derived class, room is a base class. Now I have to pass 3 parameters for the bedroom. So you may ask why I need 3 parameters, because I have only the height here. Why I need 3 parameters? Remember, since the base class contains a constructor here, there is no any default constructor here. Okay, only parameterized constructor here called as room. This room will accept 2 parameters, x and y. So it is the duty or it is the job of the derived class to pass these 2 parameters x and y to the base class room. So it is done by here this constructor bedroom. So this first x represent the length of the room, the y represent the breadth of the room, and the z represent the height of the bedroom. So I have used one keyword called as super. What is the meaning here? This keyword called the base class constructor means this room. Whenever I use the keyword called as super here, it is calling this room constructor in the base class. And this base class constructor need 2 parameters. So here it is passing x and y values. Remember, here super means actually you are calling the base class constructor. It is room constructor. Since it needs 2 parameters, you are passing 2 parameters here. And one important point you have to remember is the super keyword must be the first statement of the derived class constructor. You cannot write height first, then super. It's not a technique. First you write super, then you can write any other initialization. So, because the reason here is, whenever you are creating an object of derived class bedroom, first you have to create an object of room. First base class object is created, then the derived class object. So I have to pass the base class constructor first, then the derived class. Okay, now I have passed z as the height, means this parameter. I have passed for height here. Okay, z is nothing but the height, this instance variable. Now this is about the derived class constructor. Now I have created one method in the bedroom class that is called as volume. I already mentioned that this is a 3-dimensional area or calculation. So I need the length, I need the breadth as well as the height. I have taken the length from the base class, breadth from the base class, height from the derived class, this one. You can also write here, instead of length and breadth, I can also write area and bracket. I am calling a method called as area, means this one, which will calculate length into breadth. Then I can multiply it with height. It's also possible. It's your choice whether I have to use the data member or the instance variable, or I have to use the method. In most of the advanced programming, they are using methods instead of instance variable. It's a good practice to use methods. But simplicity, I am using here length into breadth into height to make our program very simple. But it's not a good practice. It is better to use area here. Okay. Now, once I have created the bedroom class, I have to create another class called as inner test. It will create a class called as inner test. This class contains main method. In that main method, I have created 2 variables, area and volume. created here two variables, area and volume. Then I have created one object called as room1. Remember, I am not using the room class here. I am using a class called as bedroom because I want to create an object of derived class. So I use the bedroom class. That bedroom class, I have created room1 object, and I have passed three parameters. This is for length, breadth and height. These two are for room and this is for the bedroom class. Once I pass this one, it will create a room1 object which will have three data type datas. Then I have called here area. I already mentioned that the base class method is available in the derived class. So area is actually available in the room, which is also available in the bedroom. So I can directly call here room1.area. It will calculate the area of the length and breadth and find out there. Then I call one more method called as volume. This volume method actually called from the bedroom and find out the volume and store it in the volume variable. Last, I will print out both area and volume in a formatted manner. This class will explain how to use the inherited class. Now, once I completed this program, I have to save it by using a class name same as innerTest.java. Because this main method is available in the innerTest, I written here innerTest.java and I saved it. Once I saved here, I have to compile. There is no compilation error, so it will display successful. Then I have tried build. Then I have to execute. Now here it will find out the area of the room and volume of the room. If you have a doubt, just manually calculate it. It will give the same answer. Now this is an example for inheritance. How to create a new class, what is derived class from the base class which is already created. This is called as reusing. I am reusing the old class to create my own class. This is reusability. Thank you.